Right, so we're into the kind of the final stretch. We have got a orders total table, but we don't actually have an orders table to actually say this person ordered these books, plural, because it might be more than one book, particularly in this case here, and it might be not just one book ordered 5 times, like one title, but it might be 3 or 4 different titles, ordered once or twice. And so what we need to be able to do as a company is say, right, those are the books ordered, we're going to get them out of our stock room, we're going to put them in packages and send them off, and then we deduct that stock, and there we go. So to get all that information together, we'll create a query of everything we want. So we'll go to the orders, the purchases of course, then we probably need to know the books. Oh, publishers, I was wondering why there was no relationships here. Purchases. And the customers. And I'll get rid of that table there. Remove table. Right. That should be everything I want. Okay. So, I need purchase ID, the order ID. I don't the book ID yet, so I'll get that one because you can't have 2 primary keys. Hence why I didn't get that order ID from there. The actual title will be helping when I'm looking for something. To know the number in stock would be handy. Also the quantity that they ordered. I probably also want to know the customer first name, last name, address, suburb, postcode. See if I've got postcode. Postcode. Of course I don't know who I'm sending it to. Quantity. And then I also probably, I got number in stock, because it'll tell you like, there's 100 of those books. Very easy to find. There's 3. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to find. Date ordered, and then whether it's shipped or not will be what we want. Yes, that's everything. I can't be bothered for the supply. If you have issues with the book supply, you can look it up. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change this to a make table, because we're going to need this as a table. So we're going to call this book orders. Okay, and we're going to run that. We're going to make it with 14 rows. I'm going to close this then, and I'm going to call this create book orders. So let's have a look at book orders. There we go. So order ID, book ID, title, number in store, quantity, first name, customer, data ordered, whether it's shipped. This should be a yes no field. So fields format yes no. I want that as a tick box. I'll go with that. It should be a tick box. That's annoying, but anyway. Then what we're going to do is we're going to in the design view, we're going to create date shipped, and that'll be it'll be date time, then formatted to short date, and then we'll want to know if the stock has been deducted, and that will be a yes no. And I'm actually going to delete this field, and then I'm going to insert it and go shipped and make it a yes no. Right. Yes. Save the table. Right, okay. So I got everything in here, and yeah, this is a lot. And I'm going to put shipped there and that, and actually I'm going to update the default value for date shipped. Default value for today. Right. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do in this table. So this field here, purchase ID, I need to make it unique. Reason being is what I'm going to want to do is run an append query, which is just going to add more records to it each time there's more orders. But I can have, orders double up and be used multiple times, like 9 and 3 and stuff. But these here should always be unique, so that way when it goes to append, it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. Then I've made 2 more orders, so it should go up to 16. And what it doesn't go at the end, this here again is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, 16. Add the 2 new ones, but also adds the previous 14 on again. And then what I wanted to do is then re-deduct stock, and it's just going to be confusing and throw everything out. So in terms of that should be all sweet now. I could put a validation rule here that the date shipped cannot be less than the date ordered. So say you can't say it shipped it before it was ordered. Sorry, I apologise. Right, okay. So that's that done. So we're going to now take this table, establish a relationship, and then do the append query and just run a quick order and check that that's kind of appending the way we want to. And then later the next step will be doing the update queries that will then actually deduct the stock and everything. So let's close that. Yes, I'll save the changes, database tools, relationships, show table, books ordered, total orders, total orders. Right, and yeah, that's it there. Right, because these aren't your typical tables in terms of establishing a separate relationship, basically what I'm trying to say is that this purchase ID, the purchase ID and the orders, they should all kind of coexist nicely. And since I want this to be linked, we can link it. I don't need to enforce referential integrity. I don't think. We'll create it. We'll see if it causes any issues later. And then I can do the same with this, which probably would throw me merit having 1-to-1. Yeah, that's what you expect. And yeah, almost wanting that 1-to-1 there. Anyway, let's just close this and we'll revisit that if it becomes an issue. We are going to now make this table. Let's just actually make a copy of this, and I'm going to call it the append books orders, even though it doesn't look like an append. We'll go to the design view and make it an append, and we'll say yes, we're going to append that one. And all of this here should kind of update to everything you want, and it won't necessarily have the new fields I added, but that's fine because it's kind of new information. So I'm going to close that. I'm not going to run it just yet. So what I want to do is I'll quickly make an order and then we'll test it. So let's go new order, or we're going to order for, I don't know, Dorothy. Order date should be today. I need to change that. This is bugging me. I'm going to, yes, right, and I'm going to, can I add or change records because the record is required in total orders table? There you go. I have a feeling that's going to cause some issues. This is why we test things. So, total orders, because it's saying that this has to be a 1-to-1 here. Alright, close. Okay, yes. This one shouldn't be an issue though, because it's a one-to-many. But this has to be a one-to-one, saying that basically if I was going to have a new order name, an ID, it had to be in there at the same time, which is what was causing the issues. Oops, wrong one. So let's go back to the orders now. And go new order. Dorothy's missing on that book, so let's go do that. This should be defaulting by today, just to save that annoying step. Right, so I want to, for Dorothy, that's all working nicely. We'll search for something for her. The red tree, sounds good. Okay, and I'm actually going to make another one, order for Dorothy, and she's going to purchase hold still, these very peaceful type titles. Right, back to order. They're in there. Now effectively, if I look at my books order table, got these, I haven't got order 12, which I assume which will be on my orders thing here. Order 13, I must have deleted an order in between or something. What's orders 12? Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to run the append query, CCS, and it should complain that I can't update all because I've got 14 records that will have key violations which said you can't have duplicate values. But I'm saying yes, just go proceed anyway and just add the ones on the end then. So there's that 12, the one I had missed. With Blakely, Todd, 11. This is because this order form's still in progress. Right, let's refresh everything. Close. And then I'll rerun the append. Yes. Refresh. There we go. So there's the 13 ones of those two there from Dorothy. So they've all come in there. They've added only onto the end. And they've had the date shipped default to today. But that's fine. That can be edited to when it actually happens. So whether that should be defaulted as today's date or what have you, that's kind of here, let's say. But I guess if we're doing things efficiently, when we're trying to say, right, let's go make some orders, let's go run some orders and send some stuff off, and we get to update that information, then that should be coming through all fine from there. The other thing is, it'd be good if this was a form, because realistically you want your people working in your stockroom, store, whatever, to be able to go through this nicely and to go, right, there's this, I need to process this here, and go from there. So I probably want it to be grouped by order ID, and then have the subform with these multiple purchases in it. But that will be next video.